Picture a courtroom packed to capacity, the atmosphere so charged it could be sliced with a blade. Suddenly, a 6-year-old boy rises, trembling yet resolute, pointing directly at the police officer on the stand. "He's not telling the truth," the boy declares, his voice quivering but clear. The courtroom gasps in unison. What unfolds next will leave you astounded. A complex web of deceit, betrayal, and extraordinary courage that unravels in mere minutes. This is a story the world needs to hear. Before we dive in, make sure to hit subscribe for more gripping real-life tales that challenge authority and uncover the truth. Let's get started. The morning sky was dim, clouds obscuring the sun as families, reporters, and attorneys crowded into courtroom 9A. The judge hadn't yet arrived, but the air buzzed with anticipation. This wasn't an ordinary case. On trial wasn't a criminal or a gang leader, but Maria Johnson, a dedicated African-American single mother accused of resisting arrest and endangering an officer. Her alleged crime? Protecting her 6-year-old son, Keyshawn, during a routine traffic stop that went horribly wrong. The prosecution portrayed her as volatile, aggressive, a threat to society. But if anyone had seen the body cam footage, which had mysteriously vanished, they'd know something was amiss. Maria sat quietly, her wrists trembling in her lap, her public defender murmuring something ineffective. Keyshawn, wide-eyed and silent, sat behind her in the gallery, clutching his small superhero backpack. Across from them, Officer Terrence Coleman sat upright in his uniform, composed and unreadable, as if he already owned the courtroom. The judge entered and the trial began. The first 2 days blurred with testimonies, objections, and hushed gossip. The prosecution brought witness after witness, mostly officers, repeating the same story. Maria resisted, pushed Officer Coleman, and shouted obscenities. Yet there was no footage, no dashcam, no body cam, no traffic cam. All were reportedly corrupted or incomplete. Maria's attorney tried to push for a trial delay until the data could be recovered, but the judge, an older white man with heavy eyelids and a tight schedule, rejected the motion. Hope seemed lost until Keyshawn stood up. It was day 3. The judge was about to call a recess when Keyshawn's voice pierced the courtroom's silence. "Excuse me," he said softly, barely audible. "Can I say something?" All eyes turned. The judge looked puzzled. The lawyers froze. "I want to talk. I remember everything." Murmurs rippled through the room. Maria, horrified, turned to him, whispering, "Keyshawn, no," but he stood firm. The judge signaled the bailiff. "Bring the boy forward." And just like that, a child took the oath. Keyshawn's small hand gripped the Bible as he swore to tell the truth. He looked tiny in the oversized witness chair, his feet swinging above the floor. The judge leaned in. "What do you want to tell us, young man?" Keyshawn took a deep breath. "The officer is lying." Gasps filled the room. The prosecutor leapt up. "Objection. He's a minor. He's not on the witness list." The judge raised a hand. "We're here now. Let the boy speak." Keyshawn locked eyes with Officer Coleman. "He pulled Mommy out of the car. She didn't yell. She was crying. He said mean things. He pushed her face into the ground and called her crazy. But she wasn't. I saw it all." Silence fell. Keyshawn swallowed hard. "He saw me recording with Mommy's phone and took it. He said no one would believe me." The courtroom was stunned into silence. The defense attorney, who had seemed defeated until now, sprang to life. "Keyshawn, do you know what happened to your mom's phone?" Keyshawn nodded. "He smashed it and threw it in the grass." "Do you recall what was on it?" "A video." "Can you describe it?" "Everything, from when he came to the window to when he put Mommy in the car." Officer Coleman sat motionless, sweat beading on his forehead. The prosecutor fumbled with a legal pad. The defense attorney turned to the judge. "Your Honor, I move to subpoena Officer Coleman's personal phone and request an emergency IT forensic analysis of the Johnson phone account. The boy's testimony suggests deliberate evidence destruction." The judge, visibly rattled, nodded. "Granted." The next 72 hours flipped the trial on its head. Forensics uncovered a cloud backup of the destroyed phone. The video was crystal clear. Maria being yanked from the vehicle, her face slammed into the asphalt, screaming not in anger but in pain. It showed Coleman glancing around, spotting the phone on the passenger seat and crushing it under his boot. Most damning, it showed Maria doing nothing remotely aggressive. The courtroom buzzed with media as the video played. Reporters scribbled frantically. Keyshawn wept in his mother's lap. Coleman turned pale. Then came an unexpected twist. A whistleblower from the police department, a young officer named LaToya Harris, came forward. She revealed Coleman had a history of misconduct, covered up by internal affairs. We were told to delete reports. Complaints vanished. He was protected. She placed a hidden drive on the judge's bench. These are the internal memos. I couldn't stay silent anymore. The courtroom became the epicenter of a truth explosion. Maria's charges were dropped immediately. But that wasn't enough. Backed by a civil rights team, Maria's lawyer filed a lawsuit for malicious prosecution and racial profiling. Protesters gathered outside. National news outlets ran the story. The mayor issued a press statement. Officer Coleman was suspended, then arrested. Months later, Maria was free but determined to share her story. She spoke on platforms like Good Morning America, local radio, and even schools. Keyshawn, once a shy, quiet boy, became a symbol of courage, the child who spoke up when adults wouldn't. A foundation, Keyshawn Speaks, was launched to train and protect youth witnesses and provide legal aid to families in need. The trial's impact reshaped the city's justice system. Multiple officers faced investigation. New policies mandated third-party backups for all body cam footage. The judge who nearly convicted Maria without evidence issued a public apology and retired early. But the most powerful moment came a year later at a televised city forum. Keyshawn stood at the podium, the same boy whose feet once dangled in the witness chair, now taller, braver. You said I was too small to know the truth. But truth doesn't care about size. It's about what's right. He stepped down to roaring applause. In the back row, Officer Harris, now a community liaison, wiped away a tear. If this story stirred your soul, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications to catch every real-life twist that leaves you speechless. Because when truth speaks, no matter how small the voice, it echoes forever.